Hey guys, it's Morgan coming back to you with another tech video. Today we are installing the Dal Soggio Sphere version 3.0 onto my KTM 300XC. Actually, the video today is just going to be me putting them into the forks. I don't have the whole bike down here at the shop. I just brought the forks. I'm trying to do most of my work at my home shop on my bikes, but I don't have the full suspension set up there yet. So we brought the forks down. We're going to be installing the Sphere. There we go. 3.0. Guys, if you've watched this channel long enough, you know that I absolutely love my Dal Soggio Sphere inserts. I have them on both the Beta and the KTM. I absolutely love them. They are the Enduro valved setup on both those bikes, but I have since valved them with our TBT specs to make them even better. This setup is an MX setup because I've changed the KTM over to more of a go fast race bike. I've taken all the hard enduro stuff out of it. I put the MX maps from TSP, high compression head, all that stuff. So that bike is really more set up for hare scrambles and desert racing, things like that. Obviously it's just fine in the woods too, but it's definitely more tuned towards going fast. So I reached out and asked if I could get the MX versions for this because I wanted to see what that was like. Let me show you one of the really cool things I love about buying these Dal Soggios. So as a tuner, I love the fact that they send you a full spec sheet. Full specs, man. They show you all the shims, everything. It's so nice. And guys, they even give you compression clicks, what you're going to want to run, preload, bladder, pressure, cartridge oil, fork oil, all that stuff. So the cartridge oil is 190 milliliters that goes in the cartridge. Fork oil, 370 to 390 depending on how stiff you want. That is awesome. Honestly, I absolutely love that. Then one of the other cool things I love about these, and this is on the normal spheres too, is that you have this preload set, right? So you can use any spring you want because here's the perch spring, obviously goes down there. You can use whatever spring you want on these, and you can just move this to get the preload correct. So they're saying with a 485 spring, you're going to want it at about the 10. So there's 10, and I think that's the link spring I have in the other one. So super cool. Now let's talk about the difference between this and the 2.0. All right, guys, so I'm just using their website. It says, what's new on the Sphere 3.0? 3 things that make the difference. And you can see the picture. We're talking about number 1, inside of the new bladder is the thinner and strength. This makes the entire cartridge much more sensitive and precise on bleeding. So that bladder is going to be thinner and also stronger, which is cool. Number 2, the big thing about this, honestly, is the compression base valve. It has a separate high and low speed settings. Let's see if we can get into that. There we go. So we can see we've got the low speed shims here, high speed shim stack, and it's got a brand new piston. So there we go. You see it's a direct flow. That's the biggest thing. We've got this direct flow piston allowing a lot more control. It's also bigger. It's 36 millimeters, no longer 28, so that's quite a bit bigger piston. And I will be taking these things apart and showing you guys the inside of them in the future. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff because I'm not doing it today. I'm in a bit of a hurry. It's a Saturday. We're getting ready to open up. I got a ton of things going on. So I really don't have time to disassemble it and show you the inside like actually, but this is what we're talking about, guys. Again, direct flow piston. So it's like no passages for it to get through. The old piston was like kind of like the old style KYB stuff. So the new style is like this. So this is getting closer to what the newest KYB SSS setup is. And I still think the 2.0s are better than the KYB SSS. So this is even going to be better. And the reason they're better is not because of the piston, because honestly, the compression piston wasn't the world's greatest on the old ones, but just the matchup of all the really high-end parts, high-end coatings, and just the way it's built, and the fact that it has the bladder made it, in my opinion, better when you got the right valving in it. Stock, not so much, but when you get the right valving in it, I think the spheres are better. So now with this new direct flow piston and a bigger piston, you're gonna have even more control, and it's gonna be super sweet. Also, guys, I will be valving these cartridges eventually, but I've worked out a deal with Dal Soggio. Full transparency, they did give me these cartridges. I did not pay for them. But part of that deal was that I would run it for the rest of the race season. So we've got 3 more races with WP, and I'm going to be running these with the stock valving. So we're going to be hammering on these things, getting real world testing on them. So anyway, let me go grab the forks. Let's take them apart and show you how we put these together. All right, guys. Gonna just chalk this thing up. This is super simple. If you guys are gonna do this job yourself, it is not hard at all. Gonna have to replace this bleeder. Unfortunately, got bent. Probably in a crash. Okay, definitely in a crash. But it's actually been working. By the way, I use bleeders from System Tech Racing. Some guys don't use bleeders because, you know, there is a fail point. You know, if you just have a screw there, it's basically impossible to break it off and have a problem during a race or a ride. But I like bleeders. It's convenient, just simple. But top comes off with the same one as a Yamaha, their SSS. So we're going to take our clicker koozie, available at highland-cycles.com. Honestly, we've been selling a ton of these things, and they're great. Even Zach mentioned that he thought it was a pretty good idea. That was a big step for him. But it's nice. You put that on there, and when we flip this thing upside down, it doesn't hurt anything. And take a 17 millimeter. Take our plastic holder. I do not like the aluminum ones of these because they can scar up the rod. But yeah, Racetech makes it. The part number on here is TFHP-01, but Racetech sells these things. There we go. A 15 millimeter wrench on the lock nut. Yeah, these forks are super dirty. That's why we're doing seals too, and I'll show you what we're using for that. And these are a 485 spring. I'm going to take this thing and clean it up in the parts washer so I can store it. No, I'm not giving these away, at least not yet. Maybe I will someday. But right now, they're probably going to go to onto my kid's bike. All right, we got a brand new 3.0s. Super excited about this. By the way, the dimensions, the outside dimensions of these are identical to the 2.0s, everything, length, everything. So there is no difference on that. So if you're upgrading like I am, it's super easy. They come with all the parts for the bottom because I got mine for a pair of Xact air forks, which is what these are. The forks were, at least. So you got to take the lugs off. Check out my other video. I show how you do that. But since I already have this part in the fork, I don't need to install that. So now we got this thing. I'm going to read up on it like I showed you before. It says 10 is where we're going to put it for preload with 485, so that's good. Now I'll set this out of the way. Now we're just doing a set of fork seals, but I'm this time going to use the green SKF heavy duties and the SKF bushings. I've been using the SKF bushings now for a while, and they've been really really good. I used to use OEM bushings, and obviously those are very good, but the SKF bushings, I wanted to try them, and they've been super, super good. Originally, the SKF bushings were junk. They had the ones that came in the red box, they were no good. I did not like those at all. I had problems with fitment, and I don't feel like they lasted that long. I don't know. They just were no good. These new ones have been awesome, and these are definitely worn out. All right, I gotta go do some cleaning. We'll be right back. All right, got the tubes all cleaned up. All right, guys. This is just a normal fork seal job. Nothing crazy. But like I said, we're going to use the SKF heavy duties. I tried the dual compound ones, and those are fine, but I don't know. I don't think they're necessarily worth the money. They might move a little bit smoother on the fork, but man, I don't know that I'm a good enough rider to tell. Shiny, beautiful SKF bushings fit perfectly. Zero issues with these things so far. And guys, I'm using the Tusk fork seal driver finally. It took me a little while to find the 48. Whatever, long story. But got a 48 Tusk seal driver. Guys, I highly recommend these. They're cheaper than the Motion Pro or whatever, and they work great. There's no need to spend a bunch of money on fork seal drivers. And the one that has a little ring on it, the little Motion Pro that has a little, those, I hate those. They, yeah, they suck. They're trying to like line that thing. They're a nightmare. Comment below if you agree with me. And I guess if you don't agree with me, tell me why you like them, because I could, Zach likes them because he's an idiot. He just said it's because I'm an idiot. But the ones with the little pins seem way faster, way easier to deal with. Idiot. All right, I'm gonna take clicker koozie, put that on there. Take our spring. Again, like all doing all forks, you want to take this lock nut and run it all the way down. Don't tighten it, you know, so it's hard, but run that till it stops. Take our spring. There we go. You see, I push on that. You just always do that just to make sure everything's moving like it should. They're brand new, so they better, but it's more of a thing on a used set of forks, used cartridges, but definitely something to pay attention to. And then I run this thing all the way down by hand until it stops, and then I'll use the impact to tighten the lock nut up to it. There we go. There we go. Now we're going to put 375-ish, whatever. More than 370, less than 390. Like all forks, you just want to give it a little, nothing hard. Very good. All right, now we're going to check all the settings. We want 13 compression and 12 rebound. So that's just the stock setting. Now, actually, move that one more in, and we're going to check our bladder pressure. It's 1.8 atmospheres, which comes out to about 27, between 26 and 27 psi. I just use a shock pump with a needle on it. So you can see it's 28, let a little out, 26, quite sensitive. All right, 26.5, we'll call that good. So we're gonna have one black and one silver because these are already open. So I'm gonna use that. And most importantly, we got to do some stickers. There we go. Those are black background. That's going to work great. Okay, perfect. Because I really like to run these to protect the fork, and that way I can still run these and show off. That's about perfect. No, they're not absolutely perfect reveal across the top and the bottom. They're pretty darn close, but they're just fine for my forks that are going to get beat up and banged up. And by the way, these guards are from Crosslink Components, and they are awesome. I love them. Right on, guys. There it is. Super easy install as with the other ones. Obviously, that was easier because I didn't have to take the lugs off. If you have a set of KYBs like I did on the beta, they just drop in. You don't have to do anything with the lugs. But the lugs are easy enough to get off again. Check out my other video on that. I'll try to remember to put a link. If not, you'll find it. Just look up Highland Cycles Dal Soggio, and it'll come up. This video and that one will come up. But yeah, all ready to rock and roll, guys. Really excited to try these out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the little notification bell also, so that you don't miss when I go test these things, which is coming very, very soon. Definitely in the next couple days, I will be out on the bike to test these things. Again, recap, these are the Dal Soggio Sphere 3.0s. They are the MX valving, and they're going on to my 23-300XC Loretta. So really excited. Thank you, massive thank you to Dal Soggio, to Intech, to SKF for all of that. It really does make a big difference. Guys, if you are interested in supporting the channel, hit the membership button, join the channel. You'll get videos early. You'll be invited to members only rides, all kinds of cool stuff there. Also, you can buy me a coffee if you just get a lot of value out of our content but don't want to do a monthly thing. You can just kick us a little cash. And then the easiest, least expensive way to support us is to use the Rocky Mountain link in the description below. You cannot bookmark that link and then always use it. It'll work for like 2 weeks, but then eventually the cookie goes away. So what you do, if you want to always make sure that you use the correct link, is bookmark our page, highland-cycles.com. When you click on that, it will come up with a picture of our landing page for Rocky Mountain. You click on that and that will get you to the right spot. So anyway, I love you guys. Enough, well, ads and all that crap. I get it. I know a lot of you guys don't like it, but it does support this channel and allows me to do all this cool stuff. So I love you. We will see you on the next one.